Hey guys, MJK here to talk about the new units Succubus Rosa and Netherworld Thief Almira. These are both very interesting units that are limited for this collab event, and as expected, they're dark and wind units, but they both bring two new unique jobs to the table. So we'll take a look and see if it's kind of worth pulling or not. Neither of them is going to be like an absolute powerhouse unit, but they do bring a lot of cool stuff to the table, and you might want to consider pulling for them. I think I'm going to go to step 3 and try to get at least one of them just to play around with, but you can decide for yourself after we kind of go through them real quick. So both of them have been enhanced for the global version. I think specifically kind of like there's like one main ability for each of them that has their multiplier bumped up from 130% to 180, so that's a pretty significant boost damage wise. But yeah, I mean, there's utility also in these characters that you might want to consider. So job 1, Succubus, is a very interesting job that has well, the auto attack is actually 2 range, which is interesting. All of these jobs are magic based, and the multiplier for the normal attack is actually quite high. It's 1.5 times your magic stat, so that's pretty nice. Netherworld Mage is a lot weaker, it's like 0.9, but there's other benefits to that. That's a little bit more of a support, I think, whereas Succubus is more of an offensive and also status ailment inflicting type of job, where you can charm your enemies and stuff like that. Job 3 is more like you can give jewels here, teammates, you can actually heal them, and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different playstyle, but we'll take a look at the recommended setup and see what's best. The leader skill is pretty useful. It raises HP by 40%, reduces charge time by 10% for dark units. So this is a really good leader skill if you happen to have a mixed team of like physical and magic, or if you had like a pure magic team. I don't know if that's very viable right now with the dark team, but there's a lot of like physical attack by 50% or those kinds of leader skills out there already, so this presents an alternative if you have a different team comp. The recommended skill, Dazzling Stage, this is 5x5 diamond around her, and it inflicts charm as well as some damage. You do have to get a little bit close with the Succubus job because a lot of the stuff is a little bit short ranged or 2 range or whatever, but a lot of cool effects attached to the attacks as well. So the recommended setup is Succubus as your main job. I think the stats are good, the 2 range attack is nice, the multiplier is nice, has some nice attacks, and the charm is pretty good as well. But the basic ability is basic infernal magic, which is from the job 3. And in that job, or the basic job, there's a lot of elemental options. So there's like 3x3, kind of like your typical magic spells with a pretty fast charge time and everything, so it gives you more versatility as far as your attacks go. Reaction ability Bones Out lowers attackers P-Def and M-Def. I mean, she doesn't really have great reaction abilities, I don't think. This one eventually will make the enemy or the attacker receive more damage in the future turns, which is kind of the same as the other reaction ability where she buffs up her own magic attack, which will result in the enemy receiving more damage anyway. So this will probably help out your team more because if you reduce their defense, then other people can do more damage as well, not just Rosa. So it is what it is. It's not great. Passive 1, Temptation, small chance of inflicting charm. I don't know if I would use this. It's like a 10% added chance or something like that. And I don't know if I want to run around doing a bunch of auto attacks hoping for that chance anyway. I'd probably use the job 3 passive that reduces the jewel cost for the abilities, if you do have the job 3. If you don't, then obviously you'll be stuck with this one. And then passive 2, Mind Mastery. This is again a job 3 passive, so this one raises your max jewels by 30%, which is really huge. So as you can see, job 3 is kind of important if you want to use her seriously. Otherwise, if you just want to try out her Succubus job, there's plenty of utility there already, so you don't have to quite worry about it. So, very interesting character. I'd be interested to see how useful she is in real life, other than just on paper and in theory. So, yeah, very unique character, I think. The next one's going to be Elmyra, again enhanced. Again, that 130% multiplier up to 180 for a certain attack. Netherworld Thief is a ranged gun job, so that's pretty cool. She's a base 5-star, by the way. That might surprise you if you're used to the 3-star Almira, but that's pretty run-of-the-mill for these collab units. Job 2, Valkyrie, obviously a good passive in there if you want to use it. Job 3, Netherworld Samurai, this is a very melee, close range type of job, so totally different from the Thief job. Leader skill raises HP by 50% for wind units. Again, a good leader skill if you want to have like kind of a mixed team between physical and magic. Otherwise, you probably want to stick with, P attack type of leader skills, or maybe not. I mean, it depends on the situation. So create barrel is a recommended skill. It only has 3 range and a cross shape of 3, which is kind of like your old school AoE abilities, so not great. But it does inflict fire damage, which could be very useful in certain situations, and also there's ways to increase her range, I believe. So yeah, I think there's a little bit more hidden potential than it might look like. So the recommended setup is Netherworld Thief, both the fixed ability and basic ability. So there's actually a few like elemental options thrown in there, so there's a lot of versatility. Some of the like scope and stuff of the attack is weird. Like there's one that's like a wing scope, which is like it's hard to describe, but you're gonna have to get used to the way that her attacks work, because aiming them could be a little bit different from what you're used to, definitely from what I'm used to. So if you do want to play this character, I think it would take some practice to get used to her. Reaction ability, dodge mastery, chance of completely evading attacks. This is actually better than like a perfect evasion type of ability, I think, because this one goes up to 20%, which is really nice. Thief skills, range +2, awesome, very, very good. And agility up. So range +2 is obviously very, very crucial for a character that uses a gun. And then Bushido raises move by 1 and raises crit, which is also very useful. Unfortunately, that is locked behind the job 3. So again, if you want to use the characters to their max potential, you're going to need to invest in the job 3. Is it worth it? Probably not, unless you're rich and you just have, or you have a special attachment to these characters. But yeah, this is the optimal setup probably. So anyway, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and pull for them, because I do want to try them out just for fun. I do realize I have the Gumi account, which I'm going to try to get into again. But, in the future, it might be nice to have these units for myself as well. And I don't see anything in the near future that I absolutely have to save up for. So, I think I can do a pull on just fun characters for this week. So, I already got my Laharl. Let's go ahead and start with the 1-gem gear summon. I still want that golden mallet, but, it's probably going to be hard to get. Alright, so all blues. I'm just going to skip that. Really, it's a good way to just get rid of that daily mission. But we are going to summon today anyway. If you have a bunch of paid gems, you could do these kinds of grand summons, which are a good, kind of more guaranteed way of getting the shards you need, but I'm not going to do that. I have my Laharl to 75, by the way, and he's, all job mastered and everything, so I'm definitely excited that his weapon is now farmable in the event with week 3 here. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. 7-step special summon. You do get a why does that keep happening? You do get a featured unit guaranteed on step 3, so that's what I'm gonna do today. So let's see what we get. I don't know if I prefer one over the other. Maybe Rosa, because she has a little bit more like unique niche type of uses with charm and all that stuff, but Almira could be good too. I mean, gun characters are always fun. Alright, so I got nothing there. I'm going to skip that. Man, those are old units. Alright, so let's do step 2. Okay. I'm still debating, by the way, whether to like really build up Prinny and the other one, I forgot her name. Because I don't know if I'm going to really be using them in the long term. I know if you want Prinny's weapon, you're going to have to basically pay diamonds for it. I think it's like 1,500 in the shop. So yeah, I'm going to have to do a little bit more research into that. It's a very cool character though. Alright, so step 3. I do get a guaranteed unit here, so we know it's going to turn red. Alright, got 3. That makes up for the step 1 and 2. I don't know why I get stuck like that. Alright, got my Rosa, which is really nice. I'm trying to think. I do have my what's her name, Elmyra? Trying to think like whether I can use my dark shards on her or not. Probably not. And what do we got here? Almira? Nope, another Rosa. Alright, that's pretty cool though. Got job 2 at least. That's another thing I forgot to mention actually. Enchanter, you know, it's such an old job I kind of like skipped over it. But it does have Swift Charge, which is really useful for any kind of magic-based character. Granted, Rosa already has fast charge times. I think it's like 500 for her main job and maybe 400 for most of her third job. But even so, this is going to be a very useful passive if I can't get the job 3. So that's good. Alright, what do we got here? Last one. Almira? Nope. Okay, it's an M. Alright, cool. I definitely do want to try her out. I want to build her up. Whether or not she's absolutely worth it, I don't know if I'm going to take her to job 3. Probably not for now. But I do want to get her up to job 2 maxed out at least. So I'll test her out. And hopefully I can make some videos trying out these characters on the Gumi sponsored or boosted account. So I can show kind of their max potential. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I think I blabbed a lot today. I don't know why. I guess I got a good night's sleep. But yeah, thank you for watching. And let me know what you guys think about these new characters. I don't think they're like absolute powerhouses, but they're very interesting and cool to collect, I think. So peace out, and I'll see you guys next time.